saw on the camera people in front of the store. We didn't even hear anything. I was asking the employee if they heard anything. The guy was like, no, he didn't. The only reason why they came out was because they saw, I guess, in the security camera, people were crowding around. They're like, what's going on out here? Oh, crazy. I guess. Will it rain? Probably not. Either way, so I gotta go do some watering. Although speaking of rain, I guess it's eventually had to happen. How about having an umbrella for your drone? In this case, it looks like it literally, you're just attaching a regular drone into this umbrella type of attachment. My first thought, and a lot of other people's as well, was who could actually use this in a practical way? I just can't imagine having something like this, like a regular drone. Like it looked like they were using like a Mavic. Having this fly around you, carrying this umbrella where you can just easily carry it. This seems kind of ridiculous, isn't it? Plus, I think it only lasts for like what, probably like 20 minutes or less. I think you gotta have some pretty quick walking trips every single time for this to even be functional, to start it up and all that. Although thinking from the other end, the only use I could have thought for this was if this thing can actually cover the drone, you can fly with full view, it doesn't get in the shot, that might actually be good to capture it and fly the drone during days when it's actually raining. So it would be good in that sense, but I don't think that's the intent of this. I mean, if it's just about being lazy about carrying it for someone, I think it's better just to have some kind of umbrella attachment for your backpack or something like that. Although this one I read was actually a good use of drones. You guys actually showed me this one. It says, trapped Leilani Estates resident guided to safety by drone. It looked like there was a huge, massive fire around the area, and then as you can see, there was a drone that was being used, and they were using that, I suppose, to give people the perspective of where to go, because of, you can tell, with all the smoke and stuff, imagine being down there, you probably can't see anything. It probably all looks the same. It doesn't even look real when you look at it. It's like something straight out of a movie. But I guess that's a good example of using the tech in a good way. Way better than using it for an umbrella in that case if you're just lazy. And one of the things that caught my attention the most today, it related to that Starbucks news, if you guys remember. It dealt with that racial profiling, where those people were arrested in the restaurant because people claimed because they were black. So apparently, recently they closed down the stores, as they said, to basically train their employees about things like racial profiling and how it's wrong. And they actually had a video of it online, which people can actually see. It says, Stanley Nelson, Story of Access. Initially what I was expecting was probably just a generic video talking about how you should treat every customer the same. You shouldn't conform to like stereotypical biasness. Because even like in retail, for example, I know it's taught sometimes, like for example, the guy walking in with a t-shirt could actually be the quote, you know, millionaire, billionaire, whereas the stereotype is, okay, the guy walks in with a suit and stuff, everybody hounds that person because they think that's the person that you should treat well with the money. But in that case, again, you shouldn't basically just be biased, treat everyone the same. That's how I thought it would be. But most of the video focused more on black people, for example, which kind of makes sense based on the video itself. But then there was this one part that actually got me wondering, hey, that doesn't kind of seem right. So as the video was going like towards the end, there's all these clips just to show, I guess, people that are black, how they're being stereotyped, prejudged, like all these clips saying, we just need to recognize that black people and so forth, or someone walking by saying, oh, I'm not spending money because I'm black. Basically someone approached them like that in the store. But then they show one clip, it went by really fast. I was like, I recognize this clip. It's in an airport and you hear this lady screaming in the background like, oh my God, like so someone's getting beaten up and dragged away. I remember this one, I was like, this is the United Airlines one, where the guy got beaten up because they needed, for example, a seat where he refused, and it was the doctor, and they started dragging him out all bloody and pummeled. I was like, a little out of context, isn't that, in terms of making your point? If it was just about like black people. To my knowledge, that guy is Korean, the doctor that got beaten up, but still, to include that in the video, I wonder if that makes it, quote, racist. Does it make it racist? Or just make it, whatever, just using something out of context to prove their point. But overall, I thought it would be a little bit more general as opposed to a specific color type, because, you know, things like the racism, they happen to anybody of color or whatever, depending on what country you're in. I mean, I could say the same thing, like obviously, like for Caucasian people, if you go to a different country where they're the minority, they could be treated the same I mean, so it should be more of a general thing in my opinion. I wonder if people actually picked up on that too. That little tiny clip makes me wonder if that kind of negates the message that they're trying to send overall. Holy cow, everything's grown. Nice. Oh, what the heck? It's on. Nozzle stuck? Turn the water up a little harder. Days for it to grow? Wow, that sounds kind of long. I'm kind of used to like those cherry tomato sizes. Those things grow really fast. Aren't these all non-GMO technically? How come there's holes in the vegetables? You notice that? There's holes in them. There's holes in the, is that because the bugs are eating it? The grapes? I don't think anything's growing in this, is it? Oh, technically that's a grape. I was like, it is technically, is it? It's small. Oh, it's starting to rain. There's the foreshadowing possibly for the weekend, like they said before. All right, see you guys later.